Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Coding with ChatGPT live sessions. If you are new here, in this playlist, we embrace the spontaneous world of live coding, partnering with OpenAI's ChatGPT for real time guidance. Today, we are setting our sights on constructing a countdown timer using React and Tailwind CSS. As with all of our sessions, this is unscripted, raw, and filled with both planned and unplanned moments. So let's dive in and see where our collaboration with ChatGPT takes us today. All right, let's begin. In the ChatGPT, I am going to type my initial prompt and I will optimize my prompt with the help of any random plugin. So I'm currently using Prompt Enhancer to optimize or improve my prompt. So create a React and Tailwind CSS app. Or one second. Create a countdown timer using React and Tailwind CSS. A timer that counts down to a specific date and time, like New Year's Eve or a personal event. It's totally front end based, no back end. Make sure to provide 100% complete code. Don't miss or skip anything. Make sure that UI is very user friendly, modern, attractive. Okay, what else? I think that's it. So let's try what it suggests us to improve the prompt. It did not use the extension. So one second, I think I need to update my description here. Enhance following prompt. Okay, let's try it now. Okay, now it is using the plugin that I wanted to use. So it has forwarded my prompt to this plugin and it will give me back the prompt. Okay, as an expert front-end developer, your task is to create countdown timer using React and Tailwind CSS. This timer will count down to specific date and time, such as a New Year's Eve or personal event. To accomplish this, you should start by setting up a new React.js project and installing the necessary dependencies, including Tailwind CSS. Next, create a component for a countdown timer. This component should display the days, hours, minutes, and seconds remaining until the target date and time. Use the current date and time as a reference point and calculate the remaining time dynamically. Style the countdown timer component using Tailwind CSS and make it visually appealing. Consider using modern design elements and animations to enhance the user experience. Finally, integrate the countdown timer component into the main app component and render it on the screen. Test the application to ensure the countdown timer is functioning correctly and accurately counting down to the target date and time. Remember to provide clear comments and documentation throughout your code to make it easily understandable to other developers. Additionally, organize your code into separate files and components for better maintainability. Okay, great. How to use this prompt? Okay, just copy paste for the detail. Okay, nice. So let's try this prompt. This looks very nice. I'm going to switch to the normal default mode of this ChatGPT, and let's run this prompt and see. First, we need to create the app that is already created for me. You can see the React.js application is currently running. I already have configured the Tailwind CSS as well. As you can see here, I also have added the base files for the Tailwind. Next, it is asking us to add this component. So let's create this components. I'm going to create a separate folder for the components. And let's create this file in it. And now let's copy this one and paste it here. All right. After that, styling with the Tailwind CSS. Since Tailwind CSS classes are already used above, the component should look modern and clean, so you can further customize that, right? Next, integrating the countdown timer into the application app component. So let me copy paste it here in the app.js. Okay. All right. It looks very nice. I can see a countdown timer, but right now it is hard coded. So, but yeah, still it is looking great. Okay. We can make it more dynamic by allowing user to set their own time so that they can change it. Okay. Looking great. Make it more dynamic so to allow user to enter their to customize it, like providing their own time and title. Okay, let's see. So we need to create a new component that is timerform.js. So let's do that. Okay. Let's replace the app.js with this new code. All right, this is looking great so far. So let's try it. For example, I want to add a title, hello world, and let's select a date. For example, this, and let's select the time and start the countdown timer. All right, now it is saying that it is up to the 7 days, 13 or 16, 0 minutes and 42 seconds. And this is the title of our countdown. You can reset it. And let's select today's date. And let's suppose I want to select this time, or maybe this. So these are few minutes from now. Now you can see that we have 1 minute and 13 seconds remaining. So that looks very professional and very nice. So I think that's all that we wanted with this. So before ending this video, let's quickly review the code and see how it made that possible. So this is the app.js file. And in this we have two states, target date and event title. So we have a function handle set timer that is receiving two variables, data and title. And we are updating those states with these two values. And this function is executed when this form is submitted, timer form. And after that, we have two containers with Tailwind classes on it, and we are checking if target date has been selected, then we will show this part of code. Otherwise, we will, if not selected, otherwise we will show the timer form. So if it is selected, then we will show the heading, and here we are using the state event title to display the provided title from the form. And then we are displaying the countdown timer, that is a separate component that is here. And again, we have the button with the reset text. If user clicks on that, we will reset all of the values of the state. So like we will reset the target date. And let's dive into the countdown timer. So in the countdown timer, we have few functions. With this function, calculate time left, and we have a state time left. And we have the, and also we are feeding it with the default value for the time left. We are calling the function calculate time left. So if we look at the calculate time left, here we are getting the current time, and now we are getting the difference by subtracting the target date that we're getting from the parent, and we are subtracting the now date, and then we are returning an object. So in that object, we have days, hours, minutes, and seconds properties. And in the days, we are calculating the days with this formula, and you can see all of others. And after that, we are using this lifecycle hook method where we are, so this logic would be executed only once when the this component is loaded. And at that time, we are starting a timer that would execute the logic after every 1 second. And in that logic, we are calling this, we are updating the state for the time left, and we are getting the value from the calculate time left function. And at the end, we are returning a function to clear the timeout. So we want to clean up all of the garbage or all of the useless timers when the component is removed from the DOM or unmounted. So in this function, you will provide the logic that would be executed whenever the component is removed from the DOM. And here we have the div, and here we have the UI that is displaying these values. So like we have an array of strings, and we are using map, and we are showing every item from this array. And here we are displaying the time left as well by using time left state, and we are passing it the interval. So as you know, that time left is has always an object with these properties. So we, when pass the interval is a string that is one of these properties. So whenever you provide that, it will give you the relevant value of that property. All right, now let's go back to the app.js, and now we can dive into the timer form to see what's happening there. Here we can see that we have a component that is receiving a callback function from the parent, and we have 3 states configured. One is date, time, and title. And we have a function handle submit function that would be executed when a user submits that form. And after that, we are preventing default, and here we are creating the date that, so whatever date and time is in the current state, we will use that and create the date time object, and then we will forward that date time and title by calling the onSubmit callback function that we received from the parent. So once we call that, parent would receive these 2 values because this callback function is coming from the parent. And this is the form And in this form, we have this on submit function, and we have 3 inputs and 1 button. In this input, we have the placeholder. We are using the default value for the input. If there is any title, it will be displayed here. And also, if user changes the input, then we will immediately call a function that would update the state for the title by calling the set title function that is coming from here. Okay. And similarly, we are doing same thing for the date and the time as well. And for the time, we are using the type time. And for the input date, we are using the type date value. And at the end, we have the submit button. That's it. This is very simple and straightforward project that ChatGPT has made us. That wraps up our journey, a countdown timer crafted in what felt like a live, uninterrupted flow. These sessions aim to shed light on the dynamic interplay between the AI and human intuition in web development. Even if we are not streaming in real time, the spirit of live coding, with all its spontaneity and unpredictability, is very much alive here. If you appreciate this unique approach, don't forget to like and subscribe for more such adventures. Until next time, keep coding and keep exploring, and always embrace the unexpected.